What is up, you guys? It is Parker here with DecoExchange. Y'all, we've got another great tutorial out today, and I just wanted to remind you guys to subscribe to our channel, like the video down below, and at the very least, y'all, leave us a comment and let us know what you think. Hope you enjoy.
So, I had a completely different idea and direction for these. So, let's make one real quick. Y'all, there's no twist ties on here. So, step number one, we have to make some twist ties on it. So, what I do when I do this, which is not very often, so watch while you can, find a crossbar on the frame, and we're going to start there. We're going to weave through the middle row and fold our pipe cleaner in half. And then tighten it as tight as you can. Like, your fingers need to hurt when you're done. Take your two twist ties, y'all, and just fold them over. And wherever they touch the frame, that's where your next twist tie goes. No crazy measuring, no out of your way business. Y'all, I typically buy all of my frames with the twist ties already on them. Time is money, y'all. Time is money. That's all. And then this will be the final point on the top row. So this is a larger frame than normal. Y'all, this is a 16.25 inch frame, which is a weird size, but we'll go with it. So y'all, now all I'm gonna do is go right down to the bottom and do the same thing, except I'm going to wrap it from the middle to the bottom. So where that one came out at, we're just going to keep folding them over and go around the frame. Y'all, we're going to cut our mesh. I'm going to cut these at 25 inches, just because it sounds like a good, fun number. Y'all, we're going to cut 9, because we have 2 rows, so that'll give us 18. All right, for me personally, I like to put the ruffle on the bottom row first, because if you don't, and you put it on the top row first, you're going to be fighting with yourself to put the mesh on. Take it, curl one end, curl the other, and then just bunch it down the middle. Y'all, it's going to look like bow tie pasta. We're going to add one of these all the way around. The reason that we do curl the end in just a little bit, though, is see this cut edge? No matter what you do, it's gonna fray. So if you just curl it one time, you hide that cut edge into the mesh. How many of y'all like to put shelf sitters? I call it a shelf sitter, y'all, because that's what it is. His butt has beads or rocks or beans in it. Y'all, whenever I saw this frame, I thought it was going to be a solution for people who put their plushies in and then like suck his neck in because they're trying to tie it off. Y'all, in this one, flip down the little latch, right? And then your plushie would actually be able to sit on the little ledge and he would be out front and center. You could either E6000 his little hiney on there and make him today. It does really good. Right? So we could either attach him on there, or you could poke 2 holes in his bottom and then wrap it around that little ledge. But it's going to be the perfect solution to people who put their little plushies in and then strangle them. You guys, you know what I'm talking about. You're trying to attach it and get it nice and secure, and it smashes half your wreath. Look, it happens. I know. I do it all the time. But now he's got a little ledge to sit on. So whenever the salesman was like, you can put a candle in there, I was like, oh my God, we're going to burn down someone's neighborhood. I was thinking we're going to put a shelf sitter on there. Y'all, and if this was Halloween and not Christmas, y'all, if you had a larger pumpkin or something, it would also sit right on that little ledge, right? Mel's piecing out. Y'all, but here's the thing. We only have like 16 white ones and 16 black ones left.
Really?
Inside. Yeah. I only bought a case. I didn't know how they would do. So if you want a little wreath with a ledge in it, you may want to go shopping.